A much-needed win then for Karachi Kings. Those 2 extra points are definitely going to help them, keeping their hopes alive for those playoffs. It was a rather disciplined bowling performance today by them, restricting Quetta Gladiators to only 118 runs. And in the end, it was a rather comfortable chase. Obviously, Tim Seifert was leading the way in terms of the batting department. Shoaib Malik, with all the experience in the world, winning by 7 wickets, Karachi Kings. Hello and welcome to Pitside. Like we said, it was an important win for Karachi Kings to keep their hopes alive in the tournament. It's all about those playoffs, the top 4 that we are looking at. There's Multan Sultan, there's Quetta Gladiators, and then it's all about who makes it in that last 2. Of course, like I said, a very, very disciplined performance with the ball, and then it was a comfortable chase. Well, it was set up really nicely by the man on my left. Tim Seifert joins us for the first time on Pitside, alongside Mark Butcher. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. Firstly, like I said, an extremely important win for Karachi Kings. I'm sure you're relieved because it keeps your hopes alive in order to make it to those playoffs. Yeah,
we obviously had a few disappointing games recently, so it's always nice to get that momentum back, and obviously this time of the tournament, momentum's key, and yeah, we're still in the hunt, which is the main thing.
Just in terms of then how you fared in those conditions, not the easiest wicket, because we saw that there were certain balls that were getting stuck in, but your plan was very clear from the start. I mean, what were you thinking while you were getting out there?
Yeah, I think it was a great toss to win to start off with. We probably didn't expect it to spin that as much as it was that first inning, so it was great to know that. And yeah, obviously with these low totals, you want to get off to a good start, and you know, we thought we did that well.
And overall, you know, when you look at the side that you've got, Shoaib Malik, with all the experience that he comes in, when you have somebody like him on the crease, I'm sure it really helps you to gain that confidence, because there is a calming influence. There's always that one guy in the lineup that gives that experience and confidence to the rest of the side. Oh yeah, it was amazing batting with him.
Yeah, that calmness was outstanding. I was just kind of looking to hit sixes and try and maybe help the run rate as well, because, you know, in these tournaments you never know, it could come down to run rate, so it was always nice to have a banker at the other end, and you know, it was awesome batting with him.
Tim, it's been a slightly tricky start, I suppose, for yourself, and trying to find some sort of partnership there at the top of the order for you. What have you guys spoken about in terms of building partnerships in your batting lineup?
Yeah, from the few games that I have played here, obviously, and even the other games, the power play looks like that's the time to get ahead of the game. Obviously, then the spinners can come into play throughout that middle. So if you get off to a good start, you can give yourself a little bit of the change of momentum in the middle, but that is one thing that we have talked about, is trying to get off to a good start.
And opening the batting is your preferred spot in T20 cricket, is it?
Yeah, I do, and you know, throughout my whole career I've kind of batted everywhere, but definitely over the last couple of years playing for New Zealand and back home and a few franchise stuff, I've enjoyed playing at the top, and yeah, that's where I enjoy.
It's your first time in the HBL PSL as well. You know, we've had a few players who've sort of come back, but it's your first time here in front of full houses. So what's it been like to be part of this league?
Oh, it's been amazing. I've loved it. As I said, I missed the start with playing for New Zealand, but when I arrived, you know, everyone's caring, everyone's welcoming, and it's a great stand of the cricket. Crowds getting behind us. A bit cold though, I thought it would be a bit warmer, but I'm used to that back home, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Pindi has been absolutely freezing actually, but just in terms of your management and the dressing room that you have, the kind of morale that's there, I'm sure like once you sort of get into the tournament, you all get to know each other better, and you form a camaraderie between each other. Phil Simmons, what's his role been like in terms of, it's always the coach that gets the team going when you've had a couple of failures, so what's his role been in this time?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, at the end of the day, it's cricket and it's tournament play that you are going to lose some. So for him, he's been great. He's keeping the change room calm, realising that, you know, obviously you're there to win and win this tournament, but you might have a few hiccups along the way. So he's been outstanding to keep the change room present and not worry too much of what's happened, and looking forward is the main thing. And also the experience that we have, you know, Pollard and all the local players as well. Yeah, we got a great change room, and hopefully now with this win, it's a good momentum.
And you know, one can hope that they can carry on this momentum into the next one, because now this league table has become really interesting, Butch, when you look at it, you know, because Karachi has won today, there's the top 4. It's all about that top 4, who makes it to the playoffs.
Well, certainly is, and it's good from a neutral point of view that there is a little bit of pressure coming from underneath. It looked as though the top four were kind of running away with it. You guys have got a game in hand as well on Islamabad, so another game tomorrow night, is it? And you've got the chance to really push your case for jumping up into that top four.
Yeah, obviously, another game tomorrow night, and obviously we wanted to win that, and as you say, it's going to be tight, and that's why little run rate here and there with these kind of games, you could just sneak over the line. So yeah, hopefully we keep on winning, and we'll see what happens.
Did that play into the way that you went about the chase today, or was it sort of make sure that you get ahead of the game and then worry about the run rate?
Yeah, it was more win the game first, and then if you do get a few partnerships like we did, obviously me and Vincey there, and then obviously try to start that partnership up with Malik, then you can go and think about the run rate. If you worry about the run rate too early, then you can get yourself in a hole by losing wickets. So they were only going to win that game by taking wickets, but you also got to think about these things as well.
Well, you were absolutely magnificent today, Tim, but I'm going to let you go now so that you can go and unwind and enjoy with your side. Thank you so much for your thoughts, and all the best for the remaining games. It's going to be a good one, this HBL PSL, when we're looking at which team is going to make it, to the top four. You've got Multan Sultans right at the top, and then you've got Quetta Gladiators. They lost today. And then that number 3 and number 4, that is the equation that we're looking at. Who are the two sides that are going to make it to that number 3 and number 4 spot, which is why it makes the next game so interesting, when we will be talking about that much more. But for today, Karachi Kings will feel a little more secure. There's going to be lots of sighs of relief. We've been joined by Amir Suhail. It's just, I think Karachi Kings can be very relieved tonight. I mean, they were very nervous. They were kind of on the edge when I met them earlier on. But just getting those 2 points and keeping themselves alive in the tournament, they can breathe a little easy.
They certainly can, and by winning this game, in the process, they have bettered their run rate as well. And I think it's going to factor in, because three teams at the moment, they are chasing each other. And in the end, if they stay on similar points, then net run rate is going to factor in. So they improved their run rate, and it was a convincing win.
It was also set up really nicely by their bowlers, Butch. When you look at the performances that we saw today, them getting wickets, that's been the one area where Karachi has struggled. But everybody was on the money today, especially Hassan Ali.
Yeah.
It's been quite a return for him. This HBL PSL has been good for him. He's looking fitter, taking wickets.
Yeah, I mean, when the body's injury-free and you're able to put it through its paces properly in terms of training, then it creates dividends for when you get the ball in your hand out in the middle. And I think it's been absolutely evident throughout this tournament, although Karachi have struggled, that he has been back to somewhere near his best. In fact, I think I might have even mentioned that before he took the 2 wickets in the over, and that was a just reward from really good hard length bowling. And then at the end he came up and cleaned up to pick up 4 wickets, which was great personal reward for what has been a fantastic performance personally today, but also in terms of the resilience that it takes to get your body back into shape, your mind back into shape, and then go out there and prove what a good bowler you are.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you what, there's another sort of, when you look at the HBL PSL and the entertainment it provides you, there's been a lot of action happening around those boundary ropes. We saw that brilliant catch being taken by the ball boy then, and a similar story happened today as well. I love the fact that they're getting these opportunities, and this is a good one, when you look at the catch. It was a well-diving catch, and the celebration in the end, Butch. I mean, we saw that the other night with Colin Munro and that hug. I mean, it's such a heartwarming moment in the HBL PSL.
Well, there are so many prizes knocking around in HBL PSL, but the big prize that no one talks about is the fact that you can become a social media star overnight by being a brilliant catcher as a ball boy. It's been a really good to see, simply because some of the players haven't caught quite as well as the ball boys, so it's been fabulous from their point of view.
Well, we're talking about the ball boys being in action. That night was quite spectacular for the one who was standing on that boundary rope. He got a hug in the end from Colin Munro as well. It was indeed a special moment for him.
Nope, that's a 6. And he's caught it. He got some coaching from Colin Munro a little bit earlier. This time, the coaching has worked, and it's Munro down there again. Thank you very much, he says, the little ball boy.
मेरा नाम सुभान खान है और मैं M1Z2U सुरान शकुर कोर वहाँ के रहने वाले हूँ। पहले कैच तो उसका भी कोशिश कर रहा था कि मैं उसको पकड़ूँ, लेकिन अपने तरफ से तो पूरी कोशिश की लेकिन नहीं कर पाया। फिर जब दूसरा आया, मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया कि मैं उसके लिए रेडी था और उसमें मैं कामयाब हो गया। उसने यही बोले गुड कमबैक, जब मैंने दूसरा कैच पकड़ा है, गुड कमबैक, तो मैं भी खुश हो गया। वो एकदम से कैच मैंने पकड़े खुश हो गए। फीलिंग तो बहुत अच्छी थी सर। एक तो अबू बेटा था, उसने कैच देखा और वो बड़ा स्टार प्लेयर वो मेरे से गले लगा रहा था और मुझे रिस्पेक्ट दे रहा, तो ये बड़ी बात है मेरे लिए। आप लोगों को याद होगा बाबर आजम ने भी कैच इस तरह पकड़ा था और आज माशाल्लाह दुनिया में बेस्ट प्लेयर है और पूरी दुनिया उनको मानती है। तो मेरा भी कोशिश यही है कि मैं अपनी मेहनत को जारी रखूं, पाकिस्तान को रिप्रेजेंट करूं और इस तरह PSL में मैं भी खेलूं और बड़ा नाम बनाऊं। जी इंशाल्लाह जब मैं बड़े क्रिकेट खेलूंगा तो ये कैच मैं नहीं भूलूंगा, ये मुझे याद रहेगा।
Well, the HBL PSL is all about these lovely moments that were shared between Colin Munro and Subhan Khan. That's the name of the ball boy. What a special moment for somebody like him. And it was more, you know, it was nice to see that Munro was every bit involved in that. I mean, that hug, that small smile and that embrace in the end.
That was good to see from Munro, that he acknowledged a good effort from a ball boy. And, you know, we have seen so many sterling performances in this PSL. But Subhan Khan is the guy who stole the show. He got the limelight and he got everything. He's been talk of the town.
And we do know that a certain Babar Azam also sort of started off from there. He was also the ball boy and he was caught on camera. So such a nice moment to be shared between these two. And I'm sure all the ball boys are going to be super alert now onto those catches. But we've got more action lined up for you as Lahore Qalandars will be seen once again. And they are up against Islamabad United. Islamabad United have a lot to play for. The stakes are high here because, like I said, that league table is getting rather interesting. Lahore Qalandars, well, at the bottom of the table, but I'm sure it's, we talk about pride, it's a must win in terms of just making it towards those qualifiers. Islamabad United, then Shadab Khan is going to be really interested. Lahore Qalandars are out. Once again, Lahore Qalandars are out. There's a confirmation. Lahore Qalandars are out. Because of that Karachi win, Lahore Qalandars are out of the competition. It is now between Islamabad United, Multan Sultans is right at the top, and then you've got Peshawar Zalmi in the mix of things as well. They will be playing for pride, two-time champions, defending champions. We've seen them win in the last couple of years. But it'll be interesting to see how Islamabad United rolls. We saw earlier on Mike Hesson and Shadab Khan sort of walking up and having a look at the pitch. So it's going to be an interesting encounter, Butch. Islamabad United, Lahore Qalandars, nothing to lose. They're pretty much out of the competition. And then you've got Islamabad United all to play for.
Well, yeah, that Karachi-Lahore thing continues, doesn't it? Karachi, even when they're not playing against Lahore Qalandars, have just put one over on them. Their win today has meant that Lahore can no longer go through. But let's be frank about it. They haven't deserved to, have they? They've been very, very poor in the tournament. The only point they've scored is because of the rain here in Islamabad. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they react to the fact that they're no longer in it. What you'd love to see is some improved personal performances. Shaheen's come under fire a little bit for his captaincy. His bowling hasn't perhaps been as sharp as it might be. And so there's a lot of players with things to prove, a lot of players who want to come back next year, and the owners might be thinking, well, hang on a second, these guys stunk the place out this time. We need to look for a whole lot of replacements. So there should be some sort of reaction from Lahore Qalandars. And of course, Islamabad want to leapfrog Zalmi, who did the same thing to them last night. So don't care that they're out. This game is a big one.
This game is a big one, and Shadab Khan has picked up form just at the right time with the bat and the ball as well. He was struggling in the bowling department, but this HBL PSL, you know, it's almost like he's got into some kind of a rhythm, Amir.
And the conditions of the pitch, I think, are going to suit Shadab Khan as a bowler, because there is a bit of grip here, and there is a bit of bounce for the spinners here, and he should enjoy bowling here. And yes, he's regained form with the bat. He was explosive in the previous outing, scored important runs for his side. And when the captain start to lead from the front, it's quite uplifting for the entire side. And I think what we saw in the previous game, Islamabad looked very confident as a side.
Absolutely, they did, you know, and win is something that always gives you extra confidence, and that win must have given them a lot of confidence as well. Lahore Qalandars, quick thoughts on them, Butch. I mean, you did speak about the fact that they've been very poor this season. Anything that they need to look out for in terms of, you know, they'll be playing for pride, so there's obviously going to be some incentive, right?
Well, I think you come here, the conditions should be a little bit better, I think, in the afternoon, in the evening game, as far as batting is concerned. Put a score on the board and come out and defend it like Imran Khan's Tigers, huh? Come out and put on a performance and say, listen, we are defending champions. This is the sort of level that we expect. We've not been up to it this year, but we can still entertain our supporters.
Well, I suppose that's what they're looking at. So, like we said, we'll keep you entertained. It's been a double-header day. We had Karachi Kings win the first one, and now it's time for Lahore Qalandars. They are taking on Islamabad United. Like we said, a lot to play for. The stakes are quite high, and the action is lined up for you. All of that on the other side, so don't go anywhere.